Good morning. It's Monday, December 12th. And yesterday when I got started on this rant, I had a lot of problems with my software. Wasn't able to open things or close things. Wasn't able to save a lot of work that I had done. So I did what every normal person does. I went to the help center. They gave me some instructions. I looked it up. Nothing worked. I wrote them a nasty note. I removed the newest version of the software from my system entirely. And I went back to a previous version. And it's working now. So I am prepared for this rant. Ukraine has launched a missile attack on the Russian-occupied Melitopol. I hope I said that right. And there were explosions reported in Donetsk and Crimea. So apparently the new missiles that the U.S. has sent to Ukraine are having some effect in this war. Because when I saw the pictures, the sky was lit red. And you could see in the reflection of waters this bright, sunshiny light, but it was obviously an explosion. And there have been multiple explosions. This isn't a single explosion, it's a multiple set of explosions. And these explosions came as reports from officials on both sides that Ukraine had launched a missile attack on the city Saturday. While Russian state media said 20 missiles hit Donetsk People's Republic on Sunday morning. Separately, those reports emerged about these multiple attacks on the Russian-annexed Crimea too, including a military barracks in Sovetsk. The mayor of Melitopol, who was installed by Moscow, said 4 missiles hit the city, killing 2 and injuring 10. And the mayor also reported several other explosions, including at a church that was occupied by Russian forces. But the Ukrainian officials have been stum. They have not commented on the explosions in Crimea or Donetsk. I think they're taking the Israeli approach to things. They don't know what's going on, right? And so our stations, our news media around here have not been able to verify the cause of the blasts or the damages. And that's a smart thing to do, you know? Keep quiet. Don't tell anybody that you're responsible for this stuff. Let all of them wonder, even though they know that you did it. But don't admit it. Don't admit it. Play it cool. Now, the city of Melitopol, right, has been under Russian occupation since March. That means that's the start of when this war happened. So this city has been under Russian control for 6 months or so, right? And the acting governor of that region, a gentleman named Yevgeny Beletsky, said the missile attack on Melitopol had completely destroyed a recreation center where people, civilians and military base personnel were having dinner on Saturday night. Was he upset because some people got hurt after the devastation that the Russians had thrown at Ukraine? Did this guy Belitsky believe that he was being treated unfairly? Is he complaining? Is he complaining because they finally got what was coming to them, right? Meanwhile, the strikes were acknowledged by Ivan Fedorov, the Ukraine's former administrator of the Melitopol city, who said they had targeted Russian military bases. Fedorov said last month Russia had turned Melitopol into one giant military base. So if they turned the city into a military base, did they expect that there would be no retaliation if the Ukrainians were capable of getting some ammunition, getting some missiles, getting some destructive ammunition, right? Missiles to get into that city and destroy it and kill some Russians? After Russia was destroying Kyiv and all the other major areas with non-stop bombardments, did they expect no retaliation if Ukraine ever got supplies? The Russians have to be unbelievable if they believe they could get away with this so easily. Putin's political operation, special military operation, has blown up in his face. But he's too damn stubborn to say, let's get the hell out of here. We did enough damage. Let's get the hell out of here. He's going to stick it out until they have no young men left in Russia. He's crazy. He's crazy. Was this war necessary? No. Russia was riding high. They were selling oil and gas and making tons of money. So why did he want to put all of this in jeopardy? Just because Ukraine decided they would like to join NATO? And he didn't want more NATO on his doorstep? Is that why you go to war? Because you don't want some other country to do what they think is right for them? And maybe if he modified his thinking and his behavior, then the Ukraine wouldn't go and look to join NATO. And even if they join NATO, so what if you have no intention of doing anything stupid like you're doing? So what if they're there with NATO? NATO's not going to attack you unless you pull the trigger first. So this entire war, this entire special military operation is just one man's insanity. He's to blame for all of this. And many of those who are supporting him are crazy just like he is. They could have a perfectly decent life in Russia. They didn't have to do anything like this. They already had the oil and gas business. They had the beautiful, great big pipeline that they built and everything. The future was looking bright. Now maybe because Putin knows he's on the verge of death because he's got some illness, he wants to go out with a bang. Well, he's going out with a bang, all right. It's going to be a big bang on his ass. Because now Ukraine has missiles, and those missiles are doing great damage. Even though they haven't gotten into Russia proper, getting into those cities in Donetsk and into Crimea is enough to maybe think that I ought to get my ass out of here. But I doubt that Putin has that. He's not backing down now. He's a stubborn, old, sick man. He's not backing down. Because he could have been living comfortably for the rest of his life. So he has to pull this crap, right? And I'll leave you with that this morning because it's a disgusting situation. People are dying for no reason. There's no reason for all those people to die. So have a great day. I'll see you in the morning.